What is going on, viewers of YouTube? Sunspot here, you guys. My review of the San Diego Comic-Con NECA exclusive Rambo figure. As per usual, I must check out the packaging. It's actually really nice. You do have a nice title of Rambo there with this little kind of American core. It actually does say the Force of Freedom. It's a gold eagle in red, white, and blue. I thought that was kind of cool. It does say NECA 2015 convention exclusive. Slide cover where you would see the figure. Down here it does say Rambo, brave, daring, heroic, no man can stop him. Here we have him looking like a girl and not to choke on his head. Back of the box has the rest of the figures in that wave, including the video game version, which I did not get. I didn't actually get any of these. I plan to, though. Don't worry about that. You do have the figure in all his glory with some of his accessories to say Rambo, again with that the Force of Freedom symbol, and here is a brief description of this character. If you would like to read it, you can pause now. As for the figure himself, this guy's pretty damn impressive. This is my first NECA Rambo figure, and I must say, this is definitely a great one to start out with. Let's take a closer look. Now, of course, this would not be a Rambo figure if we did not have that amazing likeness to Sylvester Stallone, one of the most famous action heroes. In case you haven't heard of him, I don't know where you've been the last 30 years. But if you are a Rambo fan, you could tell that this guy is dead-on accurate to Mr. Sylvester Stallone. I do like his expressions kind of funny. He's like, I need a constipate. I do like this little bandana thing he got here. Like in reality, it's more of this greenish brown, but probably on camera it's turning out almost pitch black. I have no idea. But I do like the hair. It does go down a little bit over his back. They did that same effect with the Ripley figure. You know what? Now that I look at it up close and I just opened my Ripley figure, these guys have a very similar haircut. I would not be surprised if they used part of that mold to make this guy. But besides that, I do like how the hair is covering most of his forehead. That's, you know, it's movie accurate. Actually, this guy isn't even from the movie. He's from the TV show, but, you know, they're trying to go for that movie type of thing, I can tell. The face, it does have that 5 o'clock shadow type of thing going on. It's really hard to notice. You can really only tell in real life, but on camera, at least you could see a little bit, and I do like how all the teeth are sculpted on. You do have some black lines between each one, just separate them, which is cool. They didn't get lazy with the eyes. They're not just black dots. They do have some color in them. They're actually brown, and just overall great. And if we're taking a look at the rest, it's just so nice. You could tell that he has a lot of battle scars. This dude has been through some shit. You could tell he has a scar right here, It's just covered with scars. I do like the texture they use for the skin, though. It's actually a different tone of this beige type of color compared to the head. It's a bit darker for some reason, but in a way it makes sense. I mean, this guy rarely wears t-shirts since, you know, do like all the muscle and vein effects going out throughout the body. It's really nice. I don't have any of his accessories on, but what I really like though is that they use these black marker type of things between each muscle, and it makes a shadowing effect. It's so nice. And for mine, my body's a bit crooked. You do have to position it so that the abs kind of line up with each other, and I'm not really a big fan of this crease right here. I'm sure other people have that complaint as well, but even the back, again, with those scars, he's obviously been clawed and all that type of stuff. I do have some paint defects right here on the lower back. Not too big of a deal, but you know, the pants I bet are a reuse of previous figures. Again, I haven't gotten the previous figures, but from what I've seen, they are. But they're really nice. You know, they do have this rubbering effect for the upper, like, I guess, torso area. And the belt is a little bit too high because the belly button is kind of sunk down there, but not too big of a deal. Again, with those textures on the knife and everything, they didn't get lazy and just painted on. It's actually sculpted, all these little zippers and everything, which I thought is really cool. Just moving down again with all these little straps and patches and everything. I just think it's so cool. I wish that actually the entire thing was kind of this rubbery effect. That would be kind of cool, but I could see why they made it plastic. And just moving down on the feet. As far as the boots go, this is definitely a reuse of previous figures, especially from Dutch, so there's nothing really too new here. He does have the peg holes and everything, and this guy can stand pretty well, but, you know, just a little bit of heads up there, and I kind of feel that his butt is flat. Also, this is kind of a creepy thing, but his underwear / pants thing did fall apart on mine. There's a peg here and a hole right here. You just gotta clip it together. It doesn't go all the way. Gonna have to super glue it, but just a creepy thing to mention. As far as articulation, this guy is loaded. Now, his hair will restrict some movement in the rotation, but not big of a deal. You can move his head about that much downwards, can move back that much. His hair is bendable, so you can work your way around it. His head can move side to side and can rotate fully. Again, just be careful not to snap the hair off or whatever. His arms, I noticed that I can't really put them all the way, you know, inwards, but they can rotate fully. They can go out, and you got to be very careful though, because N.E.C.A is kind of flimsy. His elbows do have a full rotation and a 90-degree bend, which I do like. His wrists can fully rotate, move up and down, however you want it. Now, again, with the abs, you kind of have to manipulate it to make it anatomically correct. Otherwise, this guy is just messed up. But it can go down that much, back that much, really far actually, and I like how they actually put some textures there. I thought that's cool. And they can go side to side and can even fully rotate, so that's always cool. And as far as legs go, it really helps that this little upper piece, torso area, is rubberized, so you can move his leg that much backwards, this much forward, that much backward, can basically do the split. You kind of have to manipulate it. Does have the rotation at the knee as well as at the thigh area, and he does have a 90-degree bend at the knee as well. And as far as the feet go, they can go left and right, up and down, and go pivot! As far as size goes, I do have him next to my jumpsuit version Ripley, which I am about to review. This thing is absolutely amazing. And I do have him next to the standard Marvel Legends. You can see that Ripley is probably the tallest out of the bunch, which makes sense. She was a pretty tall character and actress in Ridley Scott's Alien, but I think it's actually correct that Rambo is short, because in the movies, and you know, Sylvester Stallone, he's not as tall as people say they are. Just gonna point that out there. And here he is next to my alpaca. As far as accessories go, this is where the figure really highlights itself. He does come with a really greatly detailed AK-47, does have that rubber strand, or strap, I guess, that you could put around his neck, shoulder, wherever. It is kind of flimsy. You want to be careful not to just snap it off, as with most of these guns for N.E.C.A. And the magazine, unfortunately, is not removable, but the amount of detail and silver wash they put on this is just really nice. I wish you could, like, cock the gun and stuff, but I know that N.E.C.A won't do that, but I don't know why this little dot is here, but it is, but just a really cool AK. He, of course, comes with his signature bow. Now, this thing is pretty awesome. This is not a reuse of the Dutch bow, that, you know, that muddy Arnold Schwarzenegger version, but this is way more high-tech. And when I mean high-tech, it's not really high-tech, it's just more sophisticated, since the Arnold one, or the Dutch one, was like made out of wood. But you can tell there's some great detail in here. I do like all these buttons and dots here painted with white. I do like the silver wash, and the little strap here, not the strap, the, what's it called, the little string here, it is pretty secure. I mean, you want to be careful. I mean, the glue can fall off at any point on these little sides, and even now you could tell that it's starting to chip off, so you want to be careful. And this would not be a bow if it did not come with arrows. You could tell that these are great. This is your standard, just, you know, arrow. It has that gold tip, and besides that, there's not too much going on here. But this one, I can't really tell what this one is. It's a different type of arrow. It's like spiked. It's really cool looking. It does have some nice silver wash on there on the tip of the tip, which sounds creepy. Does come with 4 extra hands. Now, these can be used for anything, whether it's for holding his grenade, holding his bow and arrow, or just whatever, even his knife, or the AK, especially this one right here is for the AK. But you can tell there's some great detail. They actually sculpted fingernails and veins and stuff, more so than they did on the face, which kind of sucks. Now, he comes with this tiny grenade, which is barely visible. I'm probably going to lose this in the next 5 minutes, so bye. And of course, he does come with a Psycho Killer Bayonetta knife. You could tell that there's some nice silver wash on this. I do like this little effect they got going on here with the spikes and everything. It's not sharp at all. It's not a sharp accessory at all. It will not break the skin unless you really... And if you want to put this little knife in here, you could just put it in his holster. You want to be careful not to rip it. Just kidding, you're not going to rip it. You actually, oh damn, I poked myself. Shit, that hurt. And last but not least, he does come with a special card thingy, collector's card. Now, for some reason, mine came with 2, and they are absolutely identical. There's no difference between any of these, so I don't know what to do. maybe they're different. I don't think they are. I think mine just happened to come with two, but if you want to pause and read it, you are more than welcome to right now. And here he is with some of his accessories on. I do have the knife, the AK, and the bow. I couldn't really figure out where to put the grenade or the arrows or anything. I wish it came with like a quiver or something, but still cool. Anyways, guys, this guy is awesome. I am not a big fan of Rambo, I will admit it. I watched all the movies, I did like them very much, they're very entertaining, but was never the biggest Rambo fan or Sylvester Stallone fan growing up as a kid. Either way, this is still a great and solid figure. If you do get the chance to pick this up at your local Toys R Us or, you know, wherever you guys buy your NECA figures, whether it be online, retail, you know, wherever, then I strongly recommend you pick this up, especially if you are a Rambo fan. But with that said, people, if you did enjoy this video, please like, subscribe, comment, do whatever you viewers do on a daily basis, and I will see you guys in my next video.